I found myself realising that if music, making music and selling music, let's be a bit honest about what we're trying to do here, is the objective, then we get tired of it pretty quickly. There needs to be something more than just manufacturing something and selling it. And all the songs that I was involved with, Mike, were about God. Yeah. You know, there were songs that were encouraging people to look to Jesus and to follow Jesus. And I believed I'd come to the United States to be part of a movement of people towards Jesus, but somewhere hidden in my heart was this other objective of, I just really want to be able to make music that's about God and make a living of doing that. Hopefully be successful for doing that. Yeah. Be noticed for doing that. Have people think well of me for doing that. The objective wasn't as pure as I had myself convinced that it was. And there was some fruit in my life that gave evidence to that. I found myself reading some C.S. Lewis, and I found what I refer to as my least favourite quote from C.S. Lewis. And you know, I'm sure you people who are watching this know C.S. Lewis, this amazing author. He wrote, you know, The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe, but also, you know, all the Chronicles of Narnia, but also a great deal of Christian apologetics. He has ways of speaking about the issues of faith that cut to the core, that even now, you know, many, many years after his passing, that we refer to him as being a man who was filled with the Spirit and knew how to communicate these deeper, difficult truths. So my least favourite quote from C.S. Lewis actually comes from a book called The Great Divorce. And it's these words, and it's my least favourite because I don't really want to know this. But he tells us that every poet, artist and musician, but for grace, is drawn away from the thing he tells to the love of the telling, until down in deep hell, they cannot be interested in God at all, but only in what they say about him. And allow me to paraphrase, because he sort of writes in a sort of an old English way. But this is what I think he's saying. He's saying that I, Grant Norsworthy, the musician, the person who is prepared to be put on something of a pedestal, in a limelight, someone who's prepared to be noticed for what I'm doing for God, I can very easily fall in love with what I do for God. And I will fall out of love with God himself. And I will not be able to tell. The only thing that can rescue me from this fast-flowing river that will drown me is the grace of God. Amen. Yeah. My only hope of being rescued from falling in love with what I do for God, more than falling in love with God, is his grace.